Hello, welcome to Hin Networks. I am Shoaib Memon, your CCIE expert. Let me give you a short summary about the CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure Lab exam. To get this prestigious CCIE plaque, you need to pass the two exams. The first one is CCNP Core and Core 350401. Varieties of study guides are available. You can prefer any and get prepared for the exam. To appear this exam, you need to book it on the Pearson View portal. Make a fresh Cisco ID or log in with your existing one. The cost of this exam is 400 USD plus the local country tax. Exam duration is 120 minutes, that is 2 hours. Once you get this passing result scores, you are then eligible to book the CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure Lab exam. For booking the lab exam, you need to log in into the Cisco portal and book your lab exam. Select the exam date, the country as per your requirements. The cost for this exam is 1600 USD plus local country tax. The exam duration is 8 hours. This lab exam is divided into two parts: Module 1, that is the design part; Module 2, that is deploy, operate and optimize, also known as the short word DO. DOO. You need to pass both the modules to get your CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure Lab certifications. In design module, it's believed that the questions are mostly similar how we see our ENCODE exam. This module is for 3 hours, containing scenario-based questions, around 30 to 40 questions, similar like multiple choice questions, drag and drop, and match, something like that. So this module restricts you going backward options. I mean, you are not allowed to go to the previous questions. Suppose for an example, if you are on the question number 3 and you want to recheck your question number 2 and make the answer proper, no, you are not allowed for that. Okay, so once you press the next button to go on the next question, you are not allowed to go into the previous question. So mark all your answers very much properly. Okay, so once you finish the module 1, module 2 is available, that is the practical section. This module 2 is of 5 hours. Check the tasks properly, configure the devices, and do not forget to verify your solution, which has to meet the task requirements. Finally, here is the topology on which we are going to train you the complete CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure Lab practicals. Okay, so now let me give you details of lab setup. Okay, so for setting up this lab, I have used one Dell server containing 72 vCPU, 512 GB RAM, storage 1 TB SSD. You can use SSD, HDD, any of your choice, no issues. I am going to install the EVE-NG lab setup, and on that EVE-NG lab setup we are going to use router, switches, each and every EVE-NG nodes. Okay. And the second Dell server I have used for installing the DNAC, and it requires 52 vCPU, 256 GB RAM, storage of 1 TB, SSD or HDD. You can use anything which you want. Okay, and I'm using one Cisco Catalyst 3750. That is for the connectivity between the two servers, so that we get integration of ICE and DNAC. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, for getting our hands dirty, I have used EVE-NG Simulator, that is the community edition. It's free, available on the EVE-NG website. EVE-NG client side for Windows, because I'm going to use my Windows machine to access the community version of EVE-NG, and Putty. And all these are free of cost. You can download from the EVE-NG website directly. Okay, so inside the lab, what we are going to see are the routers, that are CSR 1000V, VIOS C8000V, and IOL L3 image. Switch VIOS L2 image for IOL, and also CAT 9300. This is the most important image and very heavy image. Okay, and we are going to sync this image into the DNACs and so on. So end host, we are using few end host for using Windows 10, and rest other end hosts are just replaced by IOL L3 image for only ping test, and a Windows server on which we are going to use some AD authentication if we are going to have future labs. Okay, but we are going to give some basic names for the DNA DNAC integration for ICE because it uses FKDUN value. If you get time, I'm also going to show you how the wireless controller works. That is not a part of CCIE Enterprise Infrastructure Live exam, but I have included that also. Okay, and so the main part, the section 2 part, that is the SD-WAN, vManager, vBond, vSmart, CH, and these are all Viptela devices. We manage vBond and vSmart, and the CH we are using as C8000V for HD access, DNAC, and the security part for ICE. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you once the lab is prepared, basic theory in the workbook I'm going to show after the task. I'm going to explain a little bit of theory, so why and how we are getting that solution. Lab practical workbook, lab setup step by step. In the lab setup, what does it mean? Lab setup, how I have installed each and every node. Okay, so next is lab videos. Okay, the lab practical workbook, same, I'm going to show you how I solve the lab by using the lab practical workbook. Okay, and for your easiness, I'm also going to share you the lab files, that is a UNL file, and online recs. I'm later I'm going to tell you how you're going to get the free online recs, and of course the best part, the exam guidance. Okay, what I'm not going to share you are the lab images, so but I'm going to tell you how to download and from where to download. If you have the login and your credentials are that much at high level that you can download each and every image, and some licenses. Of course, I'm not going to share you the licenses and the top level of images, but of course you are going to get all these things on our online recs. Okay, so the main part of the course, why I'm building this lab. Okay, of course, for you understanding the lab, CCIE lab exam topologies, which technologies are used in the exam, and how we are going to face the type of questions in the exam, and how do we are going to apply each and every solution. Okay, in what manner we are going to apply the solution, and we have lots of collection of that, so let's see that later. So of course, using this lab you are also going to have practical hands-on experience, and finally the live group discussion which we have on our WhatsApp. We are going to share all of our knowledge. Okay, so that was just a small brief discussion on the first video which I'm going to launch, and the second video we are going to see how each and every node we are going to install on EVNG, even the VMs, each and everything. I'm also going to show you how you install the DNAC on the servers. Okay, stay tuned. Bye bye.